Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Errands was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jogotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jogotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jogotha razed Errands to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jogotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Errands torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Errands has started to rebuild, and the age of clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery right after I've had this little nap.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
You must understand, I will do whatever it takes.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
You have me rather curious. Tell me something about you.
Thavagoth, the Goliath barbarian.
With victory comes honor. And goes.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
You seem tense. Let me help you.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires.
Last time on Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires. Trevlon, Momo, and Magda talked through what made Momo turn to the dark arts of necromancy. And Thavagoth sulked on the edge of town, only to be comforted by Crocodile, lead of the Gladiators Guild, as the latter was passing by. But all of that seemed rather minor compared to Ezgal making a deal with the Fey woman, to have his soul literally severed from Malifane's. When Malifane woke up, Ezgal was in a new body, taunting the boy for his failures, and promising to go out on his own and do whatever he wanted. It was an experience that none of the party was sure how to respond to. But rather than stick around to figure it out in a city where at least half the population likely hated them, they went back on the road to Battenrance Hall. On the way back, they met Eris, a traveling kobold who dabbled in magic but did not practice it themselves, who sold them a few copies of her memoirs and stayed with them at camp for the night before heading up to Demdor. And Gruvon Gorewalker, leader of the Plague Lords, who upon seeing Malifane, ordered his henchmen to hold him down while he extracted his brain for Ezgal. Luckily for Malifane, Ezgal was already gone, thus sparing the party from being annihilated at the Plague Lord's hands. It was a long and arduous journey back to Battenrance Hall, but finally, our heroes arrived, safe, back home, for some rest and relaxation. What new amenities and what new people have been hired since their last visit? When is Thavagoth going to get that wine cellar done? And when are they going to get paid? Find out on the next episode of Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires.
Hello and welcome to Dungeons and Douchebags, Fallen Empires, where I've made it just a little bit less subtle that if you give us money, we will appreciate it. There's now a, hey, donate some money signal up at the top of the stream screen. Give us your money. Joining me in our quest to get money, we've got JoJo.
No! Can't feel my leg.
That's unfortunate. Please give us money to save JoJo's leg. We've got Scott.
Guys, I can't believe it's been 367 episodes of Fallen Empires. Where's the time gone?
Shut the fuck up. We've got Phil.
Yeah, hell yeah, you do.
We've got Atlas.
General Washington's nipple tassels.
Fuck yeah.
Yes. And we have Walrus.
Please send money now. Please, Alex has got me by. He's sent a worker drone here. If he don't get money now, he'll keep beating me. No, Alex's drone, don't! Oh, God. Oh, God, the pain. Okay,
Walrus has been indisposed. I am the new leader of the Decepticons.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Christ. This thing, Jesus, what even is this thing? I thought it was just like a whipping implement. Now it's just attacking me.
Yeah.
You won't find out what it is until Fallen Empires episode 381.
I will destroy everything you love.
I love this. I love this so much.
Yeah, and for those of you who might be hearing strange and mysterious voices, Phil has broken into Moon's house and is holding him hostage.
Ah! He's got me! You're quiet! Yes, sir!
Yeah.
I'm gonna enjoy this.
Yeah, so, after that nonsense, what follows is probably going to be a little bit more chill of a session. There's, no life or death fights against the leader of the Plague Lords. Oh my god, I can't believe you guys survived that.
Yay!
Yay.
I could have got brain poison, but I didn't. Well, I got somewhat brain poison. I got a little
Thank
bit of
God
brain
for
poison.
detect thoughts. Thank you, Trevlon.
Hey, at least you didn't get Plague Man lycanthropy.
Yeah, I would have loved to turn into a fucking sick lad, you know? But
At least
I
you
can't.
didn't get
I guess
rat
I didn't get
lycanthropy
bitten.
a third fucking time.
I would have wanted that. Trevlon at that point would have just been like, fuck it, I guess the universe destined to me to be a rat furry. Here we go. And then it would have happened.
I have a question.
I'll make you a...
Hey.
DM, I have a question. Does the concept of furries exist here?
Oh, no. Well, druids exist, so it's like, yeah? I would assume so.
Well, I mean, if druids exist, then probably furries do. Because they're just magic furries.
Thank you for this important world-building information.
Yes, it's important to distinguish. There's anthropomorphic, which is just anthro people who happen to be half animal, and they probably don't have a specific fetish associated with that because that's just what they are. And then there's the druids, who are man, you know what I would really like? To be a fucking bear.
Please
You
no.
gotta exercise your right to bear arms.
Hey!
With actual bear
3 pun damage.
If I wouldn't get... That was good.
I enjoyed it.
Alright. So, after a long stretch of several days of adventuring, by the late afternoon, you return to the plot of land where your home base, Battenrance Hall, stands. As you look around, you notice there are a couple more buildings that have been set up since your absence. And you also notice the guy who Thavagath, I believe, mostly has been talking to set up building those, is walking around with a clipboard. He looks up. Ah, you people are finally back. Took you long enough, so I should probably get to work catching you up on what you fuckers missed.
Please.
Sure.
Yeah.
Proceed.
Let's see, as I move the map to my fucking amazing drawing of Battenrance Hall and representation of what it looks like that doubles as a planning document. Look at this. Look at this. Bask in its glory. I am an artist.
I love it. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
I fucking love
I
squares.
love that danger tape right there.
Yeah.
Thanks much. I comprehend.
Danger!
Danger.
You have to adhere to fantasy OSHA, okay?
Yes. Look, there are a bunch of very serious fines and violations you could get if you do not comply with OSHA rules. Alright. So anyway, got a couple new structures set up, nothing fancy. The smithy and the alchemist lab on opposite sides of this path here.
separated from the house as you specified so they don't blow it the hell up. We got some barracks now, which are nice. Mostly empty, but it's way better than holing up in that room we had before. Let's see here. The big fucking pit where apparently you go beat each other with swords and stuff. We dug that over by the gardens, figured that was probably the best place. And the library and tinkering lab, they should be in the manor itself.
I'm sorry, did you say a big fucking pit?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, I paid for it myself, it's fine.
Why? Why did you want to pay?
How else am I supposed to beat people up?
I mean, I guess. All right, fine.
I mean,
oh, yeah, curious. Is fucking? Hold on, it's probably a bad question. Mr. Julius arrived yet?
Yeah, apparently he said you directed him to manage the big fucking hole in the ground, and I'm like, sure, I don't want the job, you can have it.
Alright, Richard. I'll catch up with you.
So, pardon me, sir, but, what is your name again?
Bert.
Hi, thanks.
I have typed it in chat because there are many ways you could spell Bert for no particular reason.
Oh, Bert. Okay.
Do you have a second name, sir?
Nah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna ask how that works, but sure. What is my accent?
I am so glad you didn't ask. Let me fucking tell you. Yeah. See, where I come from, you get last names based on deeds you've done. The best thing I've done is work for you fuckers building buildings. I don't even do that. I tell other people to do it. What kind of last name would I get from that, huh?
Foreman?
That sucks. Yeah. That's a terrible last name, and I hate it.
What about?
That's fair. I think it makes sense.
Also, just thought you guys should know, a couple people came onto this plot of land and started setting up camp. We tried telling them to go away. They said nah, and then they were like, we heard about it from this like postman guy that there was a little town or something setting up here, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to deal with this shit. If you want to deal with this shit, that's fine by me.
When you say people, what are these people like, sir? Are they angry people? Are they happy people? What's their beef?
The one who did all the talking for him was like this grumpy old lady. I think her name was, oh god, what was her name? Sorry, I'm real bad with names. Her name was Maggie Lionforge or something like that. Said she was fucking done moving around. This is where she would settle down, like it or not. Other than that, though, like, I mean, I didn't really try to go piss them off, but they seemed like kind of tired to me.
Alex, does the name Lionforge ring any bells in Trevlon's brain?
Make a history check.
Oh,
Make
baby,
it kind of sits with me too.
Like you want to know people. All right, here we go. Big history rolls. We collude and we get 2 13s because I am so fucking lucky.
Maggie Lionforge, you've heard of the name Lionforge? Apparently it's like the name of a knight family. Maggie's probably the latest in line. That's about the most you've heard of Maggie Lionforge yourself. You haven't really read anything recent about her.
That is not much, but I will keep that in mind. Right. Okay. I can deal with that. Unless any of y'all want to come and make this a thing. I've got a way with words and such.
Occasionally. Yeah, I'll come along. Nothing better to do.
I'm so glad someone volunteered because I do not want to get my face punched in. It might happen. I might say something stupid. Thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else?
If you, I'll come.
Freaking radical. That's a damn fine party of people that, you know what? Let's do it. Yes. So keen.
Trevor, are you?
I'm just really nervous. I don't know.
Momo like rubs his... It'll be okay.
I don't think I'm.
Why are you nervous? Don't you do interviews and things like all the time?
Yes, but at the same time, it's been like I think that brain stuff is just making me a little bit jumpy. I'm getting better, but I'm still like just having vague memories of my brain feeling a bit like it was soup, and it's not an enjoyable time. So, yeah. I'll get better.
really concerned for your immune system.
Oh God, I don't like. I was always
He
the
needs
one
some
getting.
zinc.
I was always the one getting sick at home, so this happens.
Do you think maybe it's
I get.
Do you think maybe it's worth seeing an apothecary then?
I just
You don't
be
seem
fine.
to have the most. You don't seem to have the most healthy immune system.
I guarantee you, it's because I don't sleep enough, and I'm not in a position to try and fix that. So I'll just power through. We'll be great and dandy and fine and all that. Okay. Anyway, just gonna forget those feelings I'm feeling right now, and probably sleep today because I've not done that in days. Yeah. And Trevlon just like sort of stares a little bit into space.
Can I roll medicine to see if I can do anything to help?
I mean, I will tell you this now. This is just me excusing myself for just being really fucking jumpy for some reason right now. I don't know why.
And then, dearest Walrus,
I think I'm just
is your
cold.
brain still soup, or are you good?
Yeah, I think I'm just really cold, and I should turn the heating on. That's probably why.
Maybe you should, yeah.
Perhaps you
maybe I
should,
will.
yes.
You're in
Good
Scotland.
idea.
You're in the north part of a cold country. Where
Let me
they
just check
make
out-
snow.
Turn on the fucking heater, man!
Yeah, it does look cold out there.
You
Fair enough.
friggin'
I'll do that.
Big silly.
I'll go get a blanket or something. I'll be right back. I'll like just continue on. It's I'll be fine.
Concern.
So,
So
What
that's,
about you lot?
that's 3 of you covered. What about the elf and the Goliath?
I mean, sure. A little bit of extra muscle might not go amiss. I need to speak to Julian at some point, though.
I guess I don't really have anything else I need to do.
Alright.
I suppose I'll come.
They're off to the northwest, just past the barracks and the smithy.
Hi, thanks, Bart.
Cool. Alright.
If we die, send all of my possessions to someone. Not entirely sure who.
I don't think we're going to die. At least I hope not.
I would hope not to.
Okay. You follow the directions and eventually get to what can generously be described as a campsite. There's like a lot of pieces of stained fabric, some of which look like they might have been clothing, set up on poles and sticks in makeshift tents. And there are a bunch of coughing, soot-covered people scattered around a fire that they're setting up. In one of the tents, there's an elf in this dark green hooded cloak covering most of his facial features. Not his ears, obviously. That's how you can tell he's an elf. And he is like spooning out some soup to a bunch of these people. And gathered around the fire are several people, as I mentioned before, and sitting at like a makeshift chair, handing out bowls to the people as they are gathered there, is this older woman with an eye patch over her right eye, wearing battered-looking, kind of tarnished plate armor. She looks up as you approach, scans you up and down with a good eye. You don't look like you're in need of handouts.
That is because we own the place. Or at the very least, we manage it. Yeah.
That is
Hi.
correct.
Huh. She goes right back to handing bowls out to people as if, like, you aren't even there.
So, if I may ask, firstly, before we, keep talking, hi, my name is Trevlon. This is my companions. You introduce yourself and all that.
Maggie Lion Forge.
Oh, fair enough. I was gonna get to that.
I'm
yeah.
Mama.
She looks up as you speak, Momo. Birdman. Huh.
That's something you don't say every day.
Hello.
This is adorable.
Yes.
You're adorable.
Gosh.
Right, Corellian. Anyone else going to introduce themselves, or shall I continue to give out names?
Oh.
That was good. That was good.
I'm Malafine Lathos.
I see. So are you fuckers just gonna stand there, or are you going to get back to your rich people house?
No. Okay, so...
Trevlon wanted to ask you something, I think.
Alright, firstly, how'd you guys find the place? I mean, we heard a little bit from our, foreman, but, we'd like to hear it from you guys' mouths, if you don't mind.
Postman out in Port Mirandu makes the rounds, has a real big mouth. I was getting my mail one day when he told me that there was, some plot of land with a big old mansion in it. Apparently people were developing it, making it a community, maybe. I figured, sounds like a whole crock of shit. Maybe when I retire, not that I ever thought I would. Then, Farfield burned to the ground. These people had nowhere to go. And I remembered, hey, there's a little plot of land. People are making a community. And when I get here, there's nothing but a big old fancy house and people who say we can't stay in it.
Who wants to speak first? Because there's a lot of things to unpack. Alright, cool. I firstly apologise for that. That would have not been the warm welcome we would have given if we were here. Sorry. The fact of the matter is, the place we're currently working on doesn't really have much. We want to make it something. We want to make it a place where people can live, in the end, I think. In fact...
Subtle hint.
And, Trevlon looks to the rest of the group. We were just thinking that maybe it might be an idea to start getting that ready, yeah?
Yes, of course. Have to get funds somewhere. Therefore, we were out.
Yeah.
Now we're back. Things will start getting built.
So, here's the rub. We are looking to make this place livable in. We haven't started making things yet, but we want to. We're going to be getting tenements sorted out, sewage, all that sort of stuff. Everything you really need to live here. In the meantime, we are cool with them staying on the land for now. Yeah, we are. Yeah, yes.
I don't have a problem with it. They don't look like they're harming
Yes.
anyone.
I mean, I'm glad you don't. I'd hate...
Okay with it, of course.
I'm glad you don't have a problem. I'd hate to have to kick all your asses.
I'm sure you would. So, we're going to probably start talking to our foreman soon. And we're probably going to start building that stuff. If it's not too much trouble, would you be able to lend a hand, maybe? Might be able to get it all sorted out very quickly with, hell, that many bodies working on it.
Housing comes first, then we'll see about what we can do when living here.
Roger Dodger. We will try and get that sorted. Is there anything you guys need in the meantime? You guys look cold as hell, and, quite, well...
Do you need blankets, food, anything?
These people have lost everything. Whatever you can find it in your poor, cold old hearts to give would be nice.
Well...
Someone, nods immediately and just kind of goes digging in a little pouch.
Hey, Alex, how many people are there, roughly?
Yeah, that's actually a good point.
Oh, that's
a dozen.
Okay.
Oh, that's not too bad.
That's not that bad.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
For those who don't know, a dozen is about 12 people.
For those of you who don't know, don't they teach that in elementary school?
And a baker's dozen is 13.
Well, I didn't know that in elementary school.
Quick Alex-directed question. The security features 200 gold per 50 residents. Is that a one-time cost, or is that over the course of 200 every couple months, or is it 200 full stop?
the monthly cost is a separate thing that is calculated on a different document, the other Battenrance Hall document that shows what you guys have. Security features and landowning improvements, that's just the upfront cost to build it. So, like, cost would be per what you want. So 200 gold for a wall, another 200 gold if you want to add, like, watchtowers, another 200 gold for, like, a moat.
Okay.
Well, first things first, we do have a barracks built. If there's room in the barracks, then you lot should come in out of the cold.
Yes, that's a very good point. And we also have a variety of delicious things for you to eat. We have a place where people can
There are
eat
kitchens.
things. Yeah. So you guys won't be hungry tonight.
Second thing, how did Farfield burn down?
It's a very good question.
It had the unfortunate... sorry, let me back it up. I am not phrasing that right. It simply was cursed with the misfortune of having been built by a river. That is when the Minotaurs decided to sail on up and raise it. Let me tell you, I thought I'd seen everything. Haven't seen a 15-foot iron Minotaur come in and knock a house clear off its foundations like a golf ball.
Look at that spicy subscription.
That would be distressing. How close were they to? How close is the place they were staying? If I may ask, Alex, if I know that off the top of my head.
It is a couple days' journey south.
Shit, that is close. That's very concerning. Right. Well, that's distressing. Was this the first time you've heard of Minotaurs in the area?
They usually don't travel this far south. Normally they keep to the coastline.
Yeah, we've been getting word that the Minotaur are starting to be a little bit more adventurous in their plunder spots.
Son of a
Wanted to do
bitch.
something about them. Yeah, it's pretty freaking awful. We're going to have to probably do something about that. And we also want to say, whilst you guys are living here, we're also going to be making improvements to security. So that's going to be... Yeah, don't worry about that. So, in the meantime, tell your folks there's room in the barracks to come on in. We'll tell ours that it's all good. We'll let you know what's happening in terms of what's being built, all that jazz, in the morning.
You do that, rich boy.
Trevlon sort of blinks a little bit and looks a bit confused, and then realizes that he lives now in the giant house, and then his face kind of just goes down a bit.
Malphane, I was gonna say Malphane looks at the party just to say, like, should we say something, or...
Thank you for...
turns around and heads towards the house. He's obviously not welcome here until he does something good.
Maggie, do you have people here who are in need of healing, injured, anything like that? I could do a little bit.
Shit, so can I, actually.
Yeah, same.
She looks them over. Worst of the injuries were taken care of with rest and what I know of battlefield medicine. Don't think there's anything you can do at this point other than, getting us food, making sure we don't die of hypothermia.
We shall make sure that happens. Round out the folks, get them in the barracks. We'll let the gates open for you, okay?
Alright.
Cracking.
Alright.
And, yeah.
So you're all heading back to the house now? Or,
Yes.
I can just say you pass by the barracks and let them know that, hey, you should really let the doors open for the people out in camp. Because there's no real guy over there who's got an interesting roleplay story.
Gotcha. Just do that.
Cool. You head back to the house. Are you just, going up straight to bed, or is there anything you wanted to do before then?
I think we need to organize what we're paying for.
Yeah. Great. Bert has retired back into the house and is currently in the dining hall eating some dinner.
Hey, so, had a chat with the folks in the tents. hope you don't mind this. We've given them a little bit of a place to stay in the barracks for now. We're going to we were going to talk to you about that. We're going to start building places for people to live.
Okay, great. I guess I'm here to organize that. Not like I've got anything else I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay. How about this? For now, finish your meal, we'll chat against ourselves, and we'll give you the list. Sound good? Okay, fabulous. Right. So, first order of business, how much cash we got?
Well, if I may interrupt, first order of business, I'm gonna nip into the kitchens and tell them to, feed the dozen people we have moving into the barracks.
Good at remembering things. Good idea.
All right.
Are there any spare blankets or towels or something that I could?
I mean, they'll get those in the barracks.
Fair enough.
Barracks come with basic bedroll and stuff, and they've got some form of blanket in the form of tents, which now that they don't have to use them as tents, work a little better. Other than that, the blankets would be in the 5 bedrooms upstairs, which are for you.
Fair enough.
Okay.
No, so we sorted on what we're getting, or we're going to sort that out.
I think we should sort.
Yeah,
I think we should
need to take care of that.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
You need to sort that out real quick with what you got before it becomes an issue.
Okay, so
In that case, personal opinion, we should probably sort out tenements first, then maybe sort out some housing after that. That way, new people can move into tenements, and once they settle in, then we can build them houses.
we need to make sure that we get sewers running as well, because if we don't, that's going to be some really manky tenements.
Yeah.
Tenements, sewage, probably then security features and market will probably be where we need to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always forget you're really good at organizing these kinds of things, Phil.
Let's pool our resources together. I have about 400 some odd on me.
Wow,
I have just over 900.
You know how to save.
I would have had more, but I have family matters I've had to attend to.
Give me a moment to count this up.
I'm assuming you say that after you've come back from telling the guys in the kitchen, "Hey, you better work overtime, fucko."
Yeah. I don't have too much. 200 gold or so.
Yeah, converting my silver to gold, I have basically the same amount as well.
Another thing to consider is maybe getting a tavern running, just for, morale purposes. I mean, I guess it's down the line, but it might be useful.
Wait, where did we drink that? Where did we drink that one time where we just had enough drink to die?
They were having a bit of a shindig in one of the unfinished rooms.
I think that was when they were building the shrine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Man, my memory of that night is just as good as I remember it being. Do you
think it would be worth looking over this a bit more when we actually get our pay?
That's a good point. Oh, that is a good point. And Trevor looks to Momo and goes, "Oh, yep."
Yeah, Bert says, you've got a shit ton of money right now. 900 gold is more than some people see in their lifetime. You could pay for some of it now and wait for some whenever you get paid.
Yeah,
that's a fair
I was
point.
about to say,
we can do this.
Buy some stuff right now with my tasty. Wait, what's the conversion rate to gold from silver to gold again?
It's 10 to 1.
It's 10 to
10
1.
silver to 1 gold.
Yeah.
Fucking
A lot more.
thank you, Wario. I appreciate that.
Wario enjoys real estate.
Greed is good.
Wow.
Going to tax these people $8. I don't know what the fuck.
$8.
Taxes, Warwick.
Where? All right. So, how much does the sewage system cost, if I may ask? Because I can't even see. 75 per 50 people. So that plus the tenements is going to be 145. So that's 145 already. Then our security features plus on top of that will be 345. Shit, we really could buy a lot here.
Yeah, to keep things non-complicated, we'll just go from me to the next person, so I got the most amount. So I'll we'll get the sewers, the tenements, security features for 50 residents. Anyone opposed to baths as well?
Oh God,
Not
no.
at all.
I think we kind of need not just a bunch of big smelly willies going adventures for money.
So read that back to me real quick. What is it we got so far?
All right. So so far, he says, seems you're looking at tenements, sewers, baths, some kind of security feature. I don't know what particular feature you're looking at.
What security features are there?
Basically anything that could be used to defend the town realistically. Like, most people start with a wall. Wall treats them pretty good. Comes with a gate, too, so, like, that's a bonus.
How much is it to pay people to
build that wall?
Yeah, fucking hell.
I have no idea what political system you're referring to, but let us not.
That is not.
How much is that in total?
In total, let's see. 70 plus 75, that's 145 plus 200. That would be, I think that's 345.
Cool. And unless anyone has any issues with the following, I'd also want to go for farm and... Hold on. I lost where I was going with that. Well, yeah, farm. Throw a farm on there.
And baths.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Or did I say baths? Yeah, farm and baths.
So that comes to, I think, 685 now?
I'm cool for that. What else does anyone else want?
Maybe throw in a graveyard.
Oh, that's morbid, but I think that makes sense.
Yeah,
Listen,
I think
it's
that's
not
way,
morbid, it's practical.
it's way better
mean, I
than
get
dumping
it.
people into the sewers.
Yeah.
No,
That's,
true.
That's fair.
Who wants to pay for the dead, then?
Those who aren't prepared are destined to fail. Sound of it.
Sure, I'll lay 50 gold down for a graveyard since it's morbid.
Fantastic. Market.
I think I also heard you guys talking about the market, yeah, and some housing down the line.
Definitely market and how many? We got a dozen, right? So, family 5, maybe like 4 houses. Get that nice and solid.
Who's going to pay for that, then?
The houses as well.
How much are the houses again?
Isn't that 40 gold each?
40 gold
Yes,
each.
they are.
What do we go each for family 5?
Let me see.
I'm cool. I'm cool to just cover that on mine.
You sure? I can maybe take care of some of that.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
if
can
you want, or you
help
can
too
just
if need be.
I'm only saying I'll buy it just to make it less complicated, since everything so far has been on my end. Apart from the graveyard.
It's up to you.
I can put some cash towards housing, I think.
Same.
Right.
That sounds good.
How many houses are we going for here?
Didn't you say 4, or am I misremembering?
Yes, that's correct.
Full.
All
Right.
was what
I'll-
I said, but if we're all pulling together, fucking more is definitely not a bad thing.
More the merrier, I guess.
I can part with. I can part with enough to pay for 1 or 2 of them.
I'll pay for a couple too.
Alright, so that makes it 6 in total. So you got 2. Now I'll cover.
That's
Two.
40
Oh,
gold
well.
per each.
Yeah.
Yeah, 40 gold per house, so that's 80 between us. Well, 80 for each of us, I should say. Because we're paying for 2.
So we
I
can
can
assign
work with-
everyone who is currently with a house, and new residents while we're away can live in tenements until they come back and make them houses. Sound good?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright. That's a pretty tall order. It's gonna be really loud around here for a couple days. Just letting you know that. So I hope you weren't planning on getting some sleep.
Oh, I wasn't. Do we need to pay more for the amount of people? Well, if we paid a little bit extra for some more workers, would that speed up the process, do you think?
It would certainly be appreciated. The staying around to supervise them also helps speed up the process.
That is true. Well... Right.
I mean, I have no business anywhere else for the time being, so if you all want to go to Port Miranda or anything like that, I'll stay behind.
Morton,
Are you
as I
sure?
have some business, yeah.
I might want to go there.
I have no business. I'm happy to stay.
Right. What about you, Momo? You gonna stay or will you go?
I'll come with you, if you don't mind.
Oh, of course not. Right. Cool. Okay. Last order of business before I forget. The tavern. We said that was going to be a thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. So that's $8.50. Jesus.
Yeah, that's $8.50, because getting all the licenses and stuff for it is expensive, but you get the really highly personalized, that sort of thing. Make it your own and all that shit.
Excellent. That sounds fun.
Why don't we wait to pay for that after we get paid by
Yeah, good point.
Old Man?
We're going to need that money. Right. Speaking of which, Momo, we now have a definite way of making sure Old Ren knows we're done. You got message? Or sending, I should say?
I do.
Shoot our old boy a message. Tell him we're done.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. What do I tell him specifically? Any specifics, or just tell him that we're done?
Tell him that, oh, shit. This is,
We've returned to Battenrance Hall.
Tell him we've returned to Battenrance Hall. Prince Ordan is satisfied.
Okay. Alright. Let me get the spell ready.
While Momo is working on that, I also look at the bag that we got from Prince Ordan, and I'm just thinking to myself, it's just like, while we're at it, while we're in the market, we might want to take a look at some of the items that we got from the good old prince as well.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make sure Annabelle has a look at these potions because, oh boy, I do not want to touch these without knowing what they are.
Maybe
Get
in
the
the
investments appraised and sold, perhaps.
maybe we should look into like a brewer's something or other in the future. I mean, not a brewer's something or other. Or an herbalism laboratory in the future.
That's true.
It's not a bad idea.
So, did Momo send a message?
Oh, hold on. Okay. Prepare the spell. Old Ran, we have returned to Battenrance Hall. Prince Zordan is satisfied. And I send it.
Nice.
Alright. A few seconds later, you get a message back. Excellent. We'll meet you there in a few days.
Momo nods. He said he'll be here in a few days.
Oh, thank God. The last time that we were doing this, I had no idea how to contact the bugger, so I guess now we have confirmation. That just... so much less anxiety. Cracking.
Yeah.
Good to have instant messaging on our hand, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I will... Hey,
How's that?
I think that was the attempt... I think I heard a ghost try and play a rim shot, but I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, there could be ghosts in the basement. We haven't bothered excavating it, so I'm not gonna really check.
When you say... Wait, basement? There's a basement here?
Really? Basement?
Yeah, there
Well,
used to be a basement. Yeah, then it got really overgrown and shit, and it's a pain in the ass to excavate, so I haven't really bothered.
That's a shame.
Maybe we could take a look at that in our free time. Or
When we come
the
back
people
from
who are staying
Miranda,
can
that might be
explore
fun. Yeah.
That would be a great idea.
Well, to be honest, I don't really want to send our folks down there alone without us. I feel like something creepy's probably living down there, and I want to see that shit.
It's all in due
Fair point, I
time.
guess.
Alright,
Well,
cool. You put a big old stack of gold coins and silver coins right on the table. Yeah, sure, I'm just gonna get like 1 million bags, fill these out, and tell my boys to get to work.
Oh, wait. Do you actually have that many bags?
No. No one in their right mind carries that many bags.
Well,
Remind me, right?
do they all have
what is a
their own
byway?
bags?
Yeah, I mean, usually people carry bags or something to carry money around in. You guys have, like, I guess a magic bag that lets you carry around thousands of gold pieces. I don't know anymore. I don't fucking care. This is my life now.
How do you know about that?
I was gonna say, shit, you noticed?
I mean, by the time you pulled the 500 out of there, I was beginning to think something was up.
You have a point.
That's fair.
What's a byway again?
Yeah,
Roads, bridges, basically places to connect everything to everything so you're not walking on dirt and mud all the time.
Oh, great, it's the ICC. Okay.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah, the good stuff.
In that case, can we just throw on some byways then?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it shouldn't take that much more effort to put down some, like, dirt paths and stuff.
How much were the byways again?
Not that expensive, like 50 gold per 50 people.
Anybody want to throw down for that, or?
Yeah. I'll front that. It's all good.
Wow, you are always so
loaded.
bloody flush, Thav. It's
Dude, I'm
ridiculous.
fucking rolling in this shit. It's fine.
How are you so loaded?
They made lots of bets, remember?
Oh yeah, well
right.
okay. This is the thing. I bet too. It's just that I spent all my money.
You bet.
And that's the end of that sentence.
We didn't have enough maintenance. You're like, oh yeah, I'll just put in a couple of gold. Nah,
Yeah.
20 gold.
He was very careful with his spending.
I feel as though perhaps I should give you a message about the dangers of gambling, but I do not think it would reach you, so...
I mean, we're trying to
I was too busy being a successful gambler over here. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna touch this.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
good, because I'm gonna roll with this luck and then never stop being good at gambling.
Oh boy.
Why don't we,
It's only gambling if you don't know the outcome.
That's exactly.
I knew we were going to
Always
win.
win.
Because we're awesome.
Yes. Right. So, the deed is done. You'll want to hit the hay, or just me?
let's hit the hay. I'm so
I
ready.
have some business, but I'll sleep eventually.
Right. Fair enough. I have. And Trevlon sort of looks about his person and then takes out the displacer beast hide he's rolled up and goes, I need to put this somewhere.
Oh my god, that thing fucking stinks.
Oh, yeah.
Can we all smell it, or
Yeah.
is it just him?
Now that it's out of the bag, you can all smell it.
I need to tell this thing.
Constitution
yes,
safe.
don't do that.
Why not?
No!
Why not? If you want to do it, go ahead.
God, no.
Trevon immediately points prestidigitation, turn the fucking thing into flower smells. Excellent.
Yeah, that's gonna
What
be
kind
great
of
for an
flower?
hour. Maybe don't carry a rotting caucus pit around.
Hey, I was gonna tan it at some point.
I think we should tan it pretty soon, or else I don't
Please!
think
Oh,
it'll
God.
decrease in value. I think.
Trevlon, my friend, I'm pretty sure it's already turned.
Hey, can I roll insight to see if that's true?
Survival.
Survival, got it.
God.
Hey!
The Displacer Beast is a magical beast. It takes It takes way more time to decay and become worthless. You still got a couple of days to, get it tanned and preserved. But it's gonna stink. It's gonna stink.
I anticipate that this beast may have rolled around in a bit of shit, and,
I think it's just the smell of rotting flesh.
how about... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the rotten flesh. That sounds like a pretty good theory.
Right, well, I'll find a place to... Is there a place we can tan this in Battenrance?
Outside!
Got it. I'm gonna... You know what? I'm gonna try and do this. I have no experience. Here we go.
All right, you head outside
outside.
without tanner's tools to go and tan it. Do you want
We'll
to
take
try?
this to a professional who maybe has experience with magical things, so they don't... Whatever.
Oh, no, okay. Maybe I
Trevor,
will.
there might be a professional tanner in Port Miranda. We can take it in the morning. Just leave it outside so it doesn't stink up the whole house.
Okay,
Maybe,
I'll put it...
maybe we should invite the others before we take it outside. Just a thought.
Hey, okay, I'll put it somewhere. I'll put it in the pit. I'll put it in the pit for now. The workers are asleep. I'll pick it up in the morning before anybody's awake. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I just realised what we haven't done yet.
What have
What?
we not done?
How's Chicken Bait doing?
Oh, yes.
He's in the direction of the pit since it's by the stables in the gardens.
Oh no.
Wait,
Where?
who?
Go.
Chicken bait.
The other
Who?
kobold you haven't met. Oh, shit, you weren't here for that.
Shit.
So whilst we were,
Please show chicken bait, please.
yeah,
I will
we
once
have a
you
friend.
actually see him.
We have a friend we'd like you to meet, Corellian. Real nice fella.
He's a charmer. Yeah.
He is a unique individual. We are regretting that we haven't shown him to you yet. He works here now, and follow me now.
I mean, I was planning on going to the stables anyway, but sure, let's go.
Oh shit, goat.
All right.
Oh yeah, go.
Goat!
I'm assuming you all head in the direction of the stables because fucking chicken
God,
bait.
yes, I need to see this boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You head for the stables, and as you approach, you hear the sound of a familiar. Eh.
Yes.
And then the clop, clop, clop of hooves as Chicken Bait rides out of the stables on Goat with the cockroaches
Oh my
on
gosh,
his
yes.
shoulders.
Yes, very good.
Wait.
Very good.
Hello! I have trained Goat! It's nice to meet you again!
How's it? He did not do that last. He did not do that. How do you do that, sir?
Big man told me train Goat. I train Goat.
You know what? This is the perfect scenario.
Favagat gets down on his knees and just starts crying.
Momo like runs over and just like hugs Chicken Bait on the goat. Just kind of makes cute bird noises as he hugs him.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much, soft bird boy.
We have had an extremely long week, and this is the exact thing we needed. Oh shit! Yeah, Corellian, you may have noticed the cockatrice on his shoulder. Don't worry, it's somehow tame.
Yes.
I see
It's fine.
the cockatrice.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I am mildly concerned, but I have not seen any statues yet, so I will take your word at it.
I don't know how he does it, but he does it. I mean, look at the results. And Trevelyan points at the goat.
You can't
Oh,
argue
perfect.
with that, that's for sure.
Let's do not
That
argue
is
with
progress.
results. It
My
is
boy has grown up so
wonderful.
fast.
God, I love Chicken Bait so much!
Pleasure to meet you. Your name is Chicken Bait, I understand.
That is correct. No one else bothers to learn real names, so I just go by Chicken Bait. It's much easier.
Well, what is your real name?
Snoring.
Snorn.
Oh.
Well, that's Snorn, Krellian. Sort of like extends claw, awkwardly looking at cockatrice, sort of like,
Chicken Bait shakes your claw, and as you manage to avert your eyes from cockatrice, you notice that one of his eyes has like gone off to the side and gone lazy. Tongue's kind of hanging out of his head.
Who, the cockatrice or Chicken Bait?
Chicken Bait? It's like in the fucking picture!
I'm just making sure, okay?
I was like, oh wait, no, is the cockatrice doing that?
No,
oh, thank to God.
If the cockatrice
I
is
was
sticking out its
clarifying.
tongue, it's all over.
well, Snorn, do you have any giant weasel experience?
Oh yeah, of course, all the time. Giant weasels are like the number 2 thing I used to work with.
And the number one thing?
Bats.
Good. Good lad, that's what I like to hear.
Fantastic.
Number 3 thing was chickens, just so you know.
I see. Yes. Right. Well, give me a moment, and you will meet your third charge. And Corellian will go into the stable and cast a certain ritual to bring back the good girl.
Alright. You once more do a ritual, and from the ether materializes your faithful steed, Moshka, the giant stoat who I cannot pronounce the name of correctly.
Yeah! Corellian just, like, Mosca appears, and Caroline just
Momo looks at Corellian with this
boops his
plea
snoot.
in his eyes, like, can I pet her?
All right.
No, first Caroline boops their snoot against Mosca's and just
Yeah.
gives pets.
Very good. Very good.
Mosca yawns and graciously accepts the pets. Chicken Bait pokes his head in after getting off the goat. That is the most adorable thing I have ever seen.
Right?
You just hear a kind of like a little hiss, but Caroline doesn't protest too much.
I know.
Right. Mosca, Chicken Bait deals with the critters around here.
Hello! Mosca looks up briefly, is still content being pet.
Yes.
All right. Other people are allowed to pet her now. I just had to get right. Anyway, yes.
All right.
You know that one GIF of Homer Simpson disappearing into the bushes. Javelin does that, except it's fur. It just
Same.
goes in.
Just dive into this giant mound of floof.
Yes.
Chicken Bait starts petting Moshka, and after a couple seconds, Moshka just rolls over, presents belly to Chicken Bait.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
Yes. That's an acceptable sign. Everything is well. That being said, I don't know if she'll stay in the stables. We'll see. Caroline says as they totally just sort of mentally shoot to Mom. You can just come in my room. Yes.
Probably. So I say in the Chicken Bait voice. Fuck. All right. I'm going to try that again. A telepathic tendril comes back. Oh yeah, probably. It's comfy up there.
Caroline just nods and just scritches snoot.
Scritch this snoot.
Right. That was my business.
That was good business.
The most important.
Extremely.
Incredible.
Right, now, I'm going to go collapse somewhere, because I think lack of sleep and also brain mush is not a good combo.
No, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna retire as well.
I'm going to go throw this thing in a pit, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
Night, guys.
Night.
Have a good night, everyone.
All right. Everyone retires off to bed. And before that happens, Chevlon goes over to a big old pit that has been dug off to the side of the gardens with a couple of ramps also dug out leading downward and kind of high walls in the pit. Other than the ramps leading down, it's perfectly circular, and there are a couple of weapon racks scattered around. And you just look around, toss the decaying displacer beast skin in, and then just walk away.
We'll get it in the
Oh,
morning.
shit.
This is not littering if you pick it up later, okay?
I guess?
It's fine. Shush. It's fine.
All right. I'm just making some day calculations, because it doesn't make sense for all of these to get done in 10 days. / however long it is sped up with people overseeing it. All right. Cool. All right. You all head upstairs to the bedrooms and retire for the night.
Momo kind of just on the bed.
Oh, there he go.
There he goes. He is now asleep.
All
Mal
right.
is tossing and turning in his sleep. Something just doesn't feel right. Probably because 50% of him is gone.
Oh yeah.
He does. He's not used to sleeping.
Yep.
All right. The night passes without any notable spooky dreams, and the next morning, everyone is waking up with the distinct sound of dunk, 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 construction everywhere. And as Corellian wakes up, Moshka is lying on top of them on their bed, and Chicken Bait is just kind of dangling by his claws on the windowsill, trying to climb in and get Moshka to get down.
Caroline just sort of nuzzles into Mosca's fur and then Fine. Sort of gets up, slowly walks over to the windowsill, gets out a claw, helps chicken bait in.
Thank you, much appreciate.
You're welcome. She doesn't need to stay in the stables. She's a bit of a free spirit, if you will.
Okay, good to know. I was never very good at climbing. I need to lay down.
Yeah, you go do that. How long were you? Oh, jeez. How long were you hanging there?
He starts counting on his claws like fingers.
Oh no.
Oh.
About this many hours?
Chicken bait, you should have woken me up. Please. I'm sorry, Snorn, you should have woken me up. My apologies.
Why are you sorry for calling me by name I go by?
Never mind. Right, next time, if you're hanging on the windowsill from your claws for 4 hours, please wake me up at least, 15 minutes into the 4 hours so that you can not. Yes.
We'll definitely keep that in mind. And then he immediately just, faints, falls over, and starts snoring.
Yeah, I will just sort of, scoop him up and put him into the bed, and also, is the cockatrice around?
No.
Oh.
Crowley just looks around, doesn't see the stone chicken, and then breathes a sigh of relief. Good.
But as you breathe the sigh of relief, what's that in the window? It's there!
There's a gremlin on the wing!
Great.
Not seeing the cockatrice is far scarier than being able to see it.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Not seeing a cockatrice is scary. It's like there's a horse in a hospital.
A horse and a
Now
horse.
who's bringing the fluid?
Look, it's John Mulaney. John Mulaney cancels it out.
It's fine, I get that.
That's fair.
All right. You all wake up, get cleaned up in the privy, head out of the rooms, and then holding morning service out in the shrine that is placed on the second floor balcony is Kailani. And he sees you, waves. Hello everyone. I didn't hear you come home last night. Wonderful to see you again.
Momo just kind of slowly goes up to him and just wraps his arm on Corelli and just melts into the hug.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to assume you meant Kailani when you said Corellian.
Yeah,
Yes, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. And I just whispered, I missed you so much.
Well, it's certainly much appreciated, my little friend.
Have you been enjoying your stay so far, mate?
It's been slightly more uncomfortable than I'm used to, but then again, not really surprised. It's usually hard to get a good water bed or a water bath around here to the standards of Marrow and all that.
Oh.
Fair enough.
What is... Alex, is that something that we can look into?
It is, yeah. I'd say, make a history check to see if you know what he's talking about.
Here we go, buddy. I'm gonna fucking history the shit out of you, son. Check this out. Yeah.
Nice. Because Marrow are part fish people, they are used to sleeping underwater. And, there are sources of water around Battenrance Hall. There's, a river and stuff. It's just, not as clean and purified as you'd get in the City of Shimmering Lights.
Got it. Well, there's a good chance we're gonna be getting into a bit of money soon. And, don't worry. We'll put that on the list.
Well, much appreciated, my friends. By the way, while you were out, there were a lot of pretty interesting people who moved in. There was that nice elf woman who was hired to be a librarian. They got an Oriad.
Yeah.
They got an Oriad, actually, from down in the mountains to be a smith. That should be pretty good. I hear they're really good at what they do.
Yeah.
And then there's an alchemist lab. Not really sure what alchemy involves, but I'm sure whoever's in there knows what they're doing.
Oh, she does. Right. So, oh shit, I need to pick up my trash. I'll be back. And Trevlon immediately books it to the final bit.
Alright. Kailani looks after looks back. What's with him? He seems preoccupied.
Long story.
I see. I'd offer him a couple of holy symbols to help him out in his trying time, but I'm not really sure what he worships, so...
I don't think he does. I mean, not that I know of.
Well,
Me neither.
I mean, this is probably going to sound pretty obvious coming from me, but, I mean, I find that a higher power usually gets me through some of my more trying days.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe, perhaps.
Actually, Kailani, if you don't mind, could we talk a bit later? I had some questions about things.
Oh, of course. Always happy to talk with someone.
Right, good.
Cool.
You okay, Corellian?
Corellian sort of like is like fidgeting with the tip of their tail and is like, yeah, I'm fine, just had some questions, that's
Alright.
that I'd rather not talk about in front of other people.
Fair enough.
Okay. I see. Right.
Well, as it
Not
just
going
so
to pry.
happens, I need to go speak to someone, so I will be saying goodbye.
You are very quiet.
Oh, motherfucker. Go on, fix it.
How is louder than
Is that better?
Yes.
Better.
I'm a god. What can I say? I'm the shit.
You bitch. Yeah, he's gotta go and do something in the fight ring. So that'll be his cue to leave.
Cool. All right. What are the rest of you going to do during the morning?
I'm just gonna sit, go to the dining hall, maybe have some tea and wait for Trevlon until we go to Port Miranda.
Cool.
You can also go say hi to all of the new people who moved in and work in our huge
Momo
space.
is nervous. Give him a
nudge.
Give Annabelle a firm handshake.
Okay,
Let us
fine.
meet the new NPCs.
You know what? I'll do that first, actually.
All right.
And also show her things, the metagaming, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Cool. You're heading to Annabelle's?
Yes.
Yes. Let's go there first. I don't know that now.
All right. Since Trevlon headed out first and in a hurry, I'm going to say he gets to the battle ring before you can head outside and to the alchemist lab. You get back to the ring. There are two guys, like, curled into balls outside, holding their noses, and from within you hear, "Who the fuck put a dead body in here? What the
It's all right.
fuck?"
I'm a detective. I'll go dispose of this and think about this in a rightful manner. And Trevlon goes down the ramp, not looking embarrassed at all, and rolls up his trash, puts it away, and tips his hat to the concerned-looking citizens. It's fine. I've got it under control. He says.
Roll a deception
not having-
check.
Okay. Please don't fail me now. That might fail me now.
You get the sense that, like, they're giving you suspicious looks, but you are taking away the decaying, smelly hide, so they don't really care.
We fucking nailed it. And Trevlon fucking books it out of there immediately.
All right. You head. The rest of you head out of Battenrance Hall to the outside. It is a flurry of activity. There are dwarves, gnomes, half-elves, humans, running back and forth, carrying shovels, wheelbarrows full of dirt and rock, holding big old planks of wood, hammering stuff everywhere, putting down foundations. It is insane how much stuff is going on outside right now. So it takes a little while to kind of like move through the crowd going, excuse me, sorry, coming through. And then eventually you get to the newly set up Alchemist's house. Alchemist house / lab. And it is, You go inside. It's a pretty simple stone and wood mixed building. You do you just go in or do you knock first? Actually,
Definitely
Knock
not.
first.
All right.
Definitely not. So
you-
I walk up to, I go up to the door, take initiative, and place my hand on the door.
come on in.
Roll initiative to knock.
Funny.
Whoever gets the higher initiative gets to knock first because everyone wants to knock.
One of you. If
Everyone
you roll
wants
at the
to
same
be
time,
the first to say hi.
If you roll at the same time, you just punch each other by mistake.
Oh, I'm not actually rolling for that. I'm just
Cool. All
I
right.
just have a dice.
You knock and you hear, "Come on in."
Well, shall we?
All right. You open the door, take a look around. The space is pretty packed. Like, along the walls and, like, a few feet in front of you are tables filled with, like, all sorts of vials, flasks, beakers, burners, crucibles, scales, measuring devices, all sorts of alchemical equipment. And along the far wall, there's a pair of basins and a ready supply of water in a barrel. On another wall, there is a fireplace with, like, a poker and some bellows next to it. The far wall is curtained off. And perhaps most important to you, standing at the table in front of you, is a lovely young woman in a very fancy dress with an apron and some some brass goggles on. She looks up, takes the brass goggles off, smiles, and says, "Well, it's been a while since I saw you people. Thought I never would again. Welcome back."
Thank you. You've certainly
Momo
looked like
immediately
you've
just
made yourself-
runs
Go
to
ahead.
hug her.
Ah, well, I can see you're excited too.
You certainly look like you've made yourself at home.
Oh yeah, this is way more stuff than could fit in my old room at the academy.
How much space did you have there, anyways? I see. Well, it's good to know that you've been holding up.
Oh yeah, of
Good to
course.
know that.
This is the best job I've had. In fact, it's the only job I've had, so by default it's the best, but it's still a pretty nice setup here.
They haven't had, like, any internship experiences over there?
Do you think I could have kept up an alchemist and wizard's degree and done an internship? There's only so much budget a girl has.
That's fair enough. Momo, do you have the bag?
Oh, yes, of course, here. He takes the bag and gives it.
All right.
We received some stuff at our on our last journey, and we were wondering if maybe you could look into it.
Oh, of course, of course. It's all in this bag here?
Yes.
She puts her goggles back on, opens up the bag, and pulls out a series of potions, glass vials, and the little ointment container. Looks through them. It's gonna take me a couple minutes to run these tests, so if you're feeling cramped in here, you could always wait outside. I'll call you when I'm ready.
Okay.
What would you like to do, little guy?
Well, I mean, if you don't mind, I'd actually kind of like to watch the process.
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
All right. Annabelle takes the potions, sets them up on little holders so that they're upright and not touching anything but little wooden circles holding them up. I know the exact name of that scientific equipment. Shut the fuck up.
No one said anything.
Yeah, I know. Shut the fuck up. And she runs a series of tests on them. She takes small, thin wooden sticks, dips them inside, swirls them around, looks to see if there's a reaction. Puts a couple of them in a crucible, heats that up, spins it around, looks through them. And after a few minutes, she dusts off her gloves. Well, looks like we got a pretty good variety here. This one, she points to the potion that looks like a very shiny potion of healing. This one, you probably guessed, is a potion of healing, but it's a potion of greater healing, so it's got way more effectiveness than the usual thing.
That's excellent. Definitely be a lot more useful than, well, anyways.
Anyway, and then what we got here, she holds up the beaker that looks like it has just water in it. You drink
Right.
this, you can breathe water for a little while.
Ooh.
Aqua affinity. Fascinating.
It doesn't give you the power to swim, but, you know, if you're going to Port Mirandu and you're running into some unsavory characters, having one of these in your back pocket could help.
What would the duration of
At
that
least you
be?
don't die.
Probably. Let me see here. Never drunk one of those myself, so my best estimate, as I look it up.
Me.
Research!
Yeah, my best estimate would be probably an hour at max.
It's not too bad.
It's pretty good. More than. Well, you don't need me to say this, but way more than most people can hold their breath.
Yeah, I can vouch for that.
Yeah. And then this last one, she holds up the potion that has like a strong earthen tone. This one is a potion of climbing. You drink this and you'll like stick to solid surfaces, climb right up them, probably for another hour or so. Really good if you're going up to the mountains or such.
Thav might like this one.
You know, the fact that the use of all of these, just the whole water breathing and the climbing, I can't help but wonder if Zordan had this whole thing with dungeoneering just as to a science almost.
Perhaps, maybe.
Wait, didn't he say he stole them from somewhere?
He
Anyways,
did.
I mean, if he did, that would still fit in the typical Dungeoneer's, portfolio. Just stealing shit.
I suppose.
And this last one, she points to the glass jar with ointment in it. Not really a potion, but I've seen it before. It's restorative ointment.
Mama tilted his head.
Yeah, you just swallow a little bit or apply it to the skin. Heals you just like a potion.
Oh,
Interesting.
that's convenient.
I take a look at the ointment and the potion of healing, and I guess I just take a look. It's just like, what are the properties that are used for these kinds of things?
A little bit of aloe, mostly.
Fascinating. I'll have to look more into this when I get the chance. I can only imagine how much time and resources it takes to actually get into alchemy.
It is a bit of a time-consuming process.
No doubt.
But if you're good, or really have an idea or flash of inspiration, like here's truly, she tips her hat, then you can work on a couple things. Like, say, I could probably brew a potion once per day or so. Takes me a little longer if you're looking for something specific, but if you're just looking for potions in general, come see me whenever you get the chance.
We'll definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we should tell the group about the potions and about what she just said.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Thank you so much for your help, Annabelle. You've been wonderful.
Absolutely, you've been brilliant. And he goes over and gives Annabelle one last hug.
Oh, thank you very much, guys. Hi. Should probably be getting
Take
back
care
to
of
work.
yourself.
Alchemist's job never done and all that.
Absolutely. You best take care of yourself, you hear?
I'll try!
Cheers!
Let's go, Momo.
And you head out of the alchemist lab. Thavagath, where were you headed?
Annabelle so much.
Same.
To the battle ring.
Alright. You head in the direction of the battle ring, passing by Trevlon as he runs past you like everything's fine, carrying the carcass of the displacer beast.
Hey, that is in my bag. It is not visible yet.
It's fine.
It's fine. I am trying very hard. Don't tell them what it was. I let them believe it was a corpse. At this point, the ruse has gone on long enough. Don't tell them, okay? Just don't tell them what it was. Don't even say you saw me.
Dude, just cast prestidigitation every hour and you'll be fine.
Yeah, that's not exhausting.
Never
is it?
sleep.
Never sleep. Wait a minute. That's fine, actually. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's do it.
That doesn't happen. That's not what Trevlon does. He just goes continuously.
Go, Trevor on Blue Quill.
Alright.
He points a finger and smells it up. Yes.
It smells, baby.
It smells
like
something.
victory.
Alright. You
Smells
pass
like
on by,
victory.
and then Thavagath, you arrive at the battle ring as two rather burly-looking dudes are slowly getting up from the fetal position, wiping tears from their eyes of pain and smell.
You fuck.
I
More
can't
princesses.
That's great.
I'm sorry, Phil, say again.
Good morning, princesses.
Good morning, asshole.
What's with this?
This,
Pointing at their general fetusry.
You weren't there, man. It looked like someone left a corpse out to rot for like 10 hours.
Viewers has never seen a rotting corpse before.
We're gladiators. We usually operate on the premise that we don't kill each other.
Wuss.
Wow.
Ow.
So, other than the, that, how are you settling?
We're settling in alright. I mean, we've worked staff for fancier places than a big hole in the ground, but, work is work, you know, and Julian's nice. I mean, nicer than Crocodile, at least. Crocodile won't even give me the time of day.
Tell me about it.
I think I just did.
That's valid. It's valid. I can respect that. Where is Julian, by the way?
He's down in the pit, disinfecting it.
Good luck. Well, thank you very much. I'll see you around.
Probably.
Thav heads down to Julian.
Alright.
Yeah.
Julian is, as the guys up the ramp said, busy disinfecting the place, cleaning off the weapon racks and stuff, making sure nothing is like tainted or going to rust or anything like that. And you look around the battle ring now that it's light out. It's pretty dusty, but that's to be expected given it's a big ol' hole in the ground. And the racks of weapons, they look blunted. They're like training weapons rather than actual sharp, I am going to cut you in half axes and swords and stuff.
Good morning, Julius.
Julian.
Julian. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Julian looks up, sees you. Thav, buddy, you made it. I was beginning to think you were just gonna leave your old pal Julian here to clean up after your messes.
Oh, no, of course not. Yeah, we left before this hole was finished, so, how is it? Is everything up to your standards?
It is the size I wanted, yeah, I'll give you that. I think the constructors are super fucking lazy. There's not even seats! How do you expect me to have a fighting ring without seats, Davagath? It's inhumane! What are people gonna sit?
It's a good point. Look, if you want to find out exactly what it is that we need, how much it'll cost, and then just talk to Bert, the little short-tempered little man over there, pointing in the general direction of where I assume Bert is.
That's a house.
Yeah, Phil.
He looks like a house.
I very much doubt that, but whatever. Alright, so, like you were saying, I make a list of all the things I need for this to be, up to standard, and then I talk to Bert and I assume you pay for it?
He's gone.
I'm what?
He's gone.
Oh,
He was a phone call.
okay. Rip and skip.
Rip and skip.
So I guess we move on to someone else. Hey, Corellian, what are you doing?
Someone else.
Yeah, I was kind of waiting for everyone to clear off before talking to Kailani a little bit.
Alright, so, everyone's cleared out. Kailani turns. Something bothering you?
So, this is a little embarrassing, maybe, and like the tips of Carlian's ears are kind of a little redder than usual. So I don't really know how to. They pause. Worshipping a god and things like that. I don't really know what you're supposed to do.
I see. Did you have any god in mind, or were you just gonna, offer it to all of them? Okay, Bahamut. Bahamut, that's a pretty good choice. Nice fella.
Yeah, he is.
Right, well, good news is, if you manage your time right, worshipping gods doesn't take that many minutes out of your day. It's usually just when you get up in the morning, when you go to bed at night, you, take a few minutes, say a few prayers, give thanks for what they've given you, say that you'll give service if you intend to. Usually they like that if you intend to.
It's that simple.
I mean, there's a little more to it than that, but there's only so much I can teach about, like, being honest and from the heart with, with a god. That trips a lot of people up. They think they can, like, be dishonest, say whatever the hell they want to whatever higher power they think is listening, or sometimes they think someone's not listening and they're just doing it for the show of it,
That makes sense. I hope that I won't have too much trouble with that. Thank you for your advice, Kailani.
Of course, happy to talk it through, and if it really does become a problem, I mean, I could give you some more lessons. You could spend a little bit of time in the shrine. Like, you don't even have to partake. You could just observe people, how they do it, how they go about their business, all that.
Yeah, I would appreciate that if it wouldn't be too much of a bother.
Bother? No, of course there's no bother. That's what I'm here for, you silly man.
Right, yes, thank you. Krellin just, fidgets with her tail a little more. I appreciate it. Yes, I should probably make sure that things are going well out there, yes.
Yes, of course,
Sort of does, a little nod, bow thing, and, awkwardly shuffles out.
Alright, take care, he says, either not noticing or not caring how awkward the exit was.
Okay, good.
Good. Alright, so, while we wait for Phil to finish off that phone call, I'm going to assume, everyone meets back up before deciding where to head off to and interact with next?
Yes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure, okay.
Sure.
Mal and Momo, as you head out of the alchemist's lab, you get back onto what constitutes the trail, in that it's a straight shot from there to the front door of Battenrance. And as you get there, you meet back up with Trevlon, who totally just pulled off the scam of the century. And
fucking sunglasses and everything. It's great.
yeah. And Corellian, who I'm assuming is strutting a little less awkwardly now that he is out of Kailani's sight and into the sight of everyone else.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, we all did what we needed to do, yeah?
I
I guess.
Yes.
So.
Cracking. So, I guess now's the time to just, well, I'm gonna get going now, basically, and everybody who said they wanted to come with me to Port Mirandu, now's the time to come with. And he looks at Corellian and says, you sure you don't want to come with? Or do you want to make sure that construction's going as solidly as it can?
As much as I love your company, Trevlon, Krellin just sort of makes an obvious glance towards the displacer beast pelt. Godspeed and all that.
Hey, I was gonna point at it and make it smell sometimes. It's fine.
I don't think you need to make it.
You don't have to
smell.
worry about that! Calls the passing gnome.
I mean, yeah.
I might take a trip tomorrow. I need to do some personal thinking.
Okay.
All right.
You've got a lot to think about after that. I don't blame you.
Yeah. If it's worth any trouble, though, and he sort of reaches into his pocket and offers, and puts down some money. If you could maybe grab me a shield or something, if you could find one. I am looking to maybe protect myself from not getting myself stabbed in the chest again.
You know what, I will admit, I will miss seeing you constantly get shot with crossbow bolts and swords, and just constantly just getting decked all the time. It's gonna really be a thing I miss. No, I'm gonna get you a shield. That's a very good idea.
I appreciate it.
Any specific make, or just the nicest one I could find?
Whatever protects my hide. I
Gotcha.
appreciate it, though.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna head up to my room.
All right.
Have a good
All
one,
right.
guys, and take care.
Dodge it.
Very well.
Malifane heads back up to his room in Battenrance to do a whole lot of thinking.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
as long as we're all sure with what we're doing. Right.
Yeah.
Cool. Before I forget, Corellian, do you know if there's... Well, okay, never mind. I was just wondering,
Go on.
how easy do you think it is... How easy is it, do you think, for people to come and visit here from Port Mirandu? Is it a dangerous road?
I don't know. Probably not too bad. I mean, considering that there are caravans that travel the route fairly often. We did see that one sacked caravan the one time we were leaving Port Mirandu, but we didn't really run into much trouble coming out here and coming back last time.
Okay, right. I'll work with that. Cool. Okay. Right. Okay. We'll see you when we get back. Enjoy the rest of your, day and such.
Yes. Of course.
Cool. All right.
I don't know why you all are so shifty, but...
It's okay, It's not that we're trying to be shifty, it's just that I'm still recovering somewhat, and Trevlon looks at Momo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. I'm just really tired. I'll be fine.
Momo rubs his back. It'll be okay.
Yeah, I'll
At
just
least
get
you
on.
won't have to worry about crowds, with that.
Yeah, you know what? I probably should get this sorted out first. That'll be my first order of business before visiting, my boss and then Shayla, and be fine. Right, cool. Let's go team.
Go
Yeah.
team. Momo
Trevor-
kind of lazily lifts up his fist.
Trevor does the same.
Right, travel safe. Don't be too excited.
Oh, you have no idea.
Right. Before I forget, I forgot to mention. I don't know why Malifane didn't say anything. We went to Annabelle, and she looked at the potions that Prince Ordan gave us. And we got some sort of super healing potion, healing ointment, where if you eat it or put a little on your skin, it heals just as good as a healing potion. We have a potion of underwater breathing, which is very nice, obviously. And then we have a potion of climbing.
That's not good, yeah. Oh, did you all manage to ask her about the scroll? The spell scroll?
We didn't.
That's fine. We've got time.
Sorry.
If you pass it over, I'll just ask her about it later. That's fine.
Oh, sure. Which one of us has the scroll again?
Whoever had the bag of potions.
Oh, I did, but then Mal took it in.
I think you can safely assume he handed it over.
Okay, I look in the bag, I grab the scroll, and I give it to Corellian.
Alright. Cheers, stay safe.
Cheers.
All right.
Oh, wait, before you go. Corellian, get those gold vestments appraised if you have time. Yeah?
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, we will do that.
Right.
Cool. So Momo and Trevlon head out on the road to Port Mirandu. I'll say, with fast travel, you can get there by nightfall, and I'll just roll for random encounters. Yay! Oh boy, almost immediately as you head out of Battenrance Hall. Guess what, fuckers?
Fantastic.
It's a random encounter!
I'm so ready for this. The two of us
boy.
are totally equipped for this.
Mm-hmm.
We're so freaking ready.
You're
As two
ready.
healers, as two healers who also seem to weirdly have fireball, I think we'll be okay.
All right. You head out of not Port Mirandu. You're heading to Port Mirandu. You head out of Battenrance Hall. You get a couple minutes down the road, and then you hear whomp, as a half elf falls from the sky in front of you, landing on the ground with a loud crack. His bones are all going out and his body's twisted into places it should not go.
Oh, fucking hell. Trevlon immediately is okay. Firstly, does the guy look alive still?
No!
What's about? Trevlon looks up.
You see the mighty sky. It's beautiful today, isn't it?
Momo like drops to his knees and tries to friggin' heal this guy.
I don't think that's gonna work, mate. I don't think.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm gonna heal him.
He's dead.
He's dead.
What?
Dead.
No,
He's dead, Jim.
He's dead, Jim.
Oh, frick. Okay. I think I have something. Maybe. I don't know.
What are you going to try and do?
Revive him?
That's the thing you can do?
I think so.
Yeah, he has Revivify. It costs gold to use, though.
What?
Yeah, Revivify has a material cost that specifies a number of gold pieces.
How many?
I think 400.
How much do you have?
I have gigabyte.
It's 300.
171.
It's just 300. Never mind.
Okay. Pool
171.
our resources together. I have 150.
Dang it!
Okay, let's do this. We can get 300 if we just. I'm gonna be really poor, but that's okay. I have a displacer beast hide I can sell. Trevlon just immediately just dumps his gold out on the floor, and
Momo like scrambles to grab every coin, and
Alright.
you think this is enough?
I really don't know. Okay, have you done this? Have you done this before?
No!
10.
First time.
9.
First time.
8.
First time for everything.
I cast it!
Alright, you cast Revivify. The gold, transmutes immediately into diamonds, because that's technically what it consumes, but that's lame, so I just assume you have that if you have the gold. Transmutes into diamonds, gets consumed in a sparkle, and the guy gasps, looks around. Oh, fuck! My arm is not supposed to be there!
It's definitely not, mate. Okay, and Trevlon.
Momo's he's shaking. He can't believe he did it. I did it. I did it.
Yeah, he might die from blood loss, mate.
Trevlon, I did it.
You did it, but keep him stable. And Trevlon casts Healing Word at level 3 immediately. Fucking hell, really?
And Momo
that's
also
still
casts,
9.
Okay, 9's okay, I guess.
Momo also casts Cure Wounds.
Yeah, those are wounds,
Yes.
huh?
Yep. Alright.
Yeah,
with all
baby.
your healing, you channel divine energy into him, and there's snap, 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 as the bones just kind of set back into place, and he's like, oh god, oh motherfucker,
Oh no, that's sound effects, dude. Oh.
Oh god.
Oh, that was the most viscerally unsettling thing we've ever done. Are you okay?
Are you okay?
Yeah.
No!
That was perfect timing on my
I
part.
fell like a mile from the sky, man!
Where did you come from? Where were you before?
Fuck these boots, man, he says, pointing to his boots and, immediately just taking them off and dumping them.
What did they do exactly?
The guy who sold them to me said they were boots of flight. I mean, yeah, I guess, in that they launched me 1,000 feet into the air, but then, whoops, turns out I can't fly. Who would have thought?
Do you mind if I, he kind of, makes grabby hands toward the boots?
Not to be rude, mate, but those things seem really weird and possibly cursed. I don't think items are supposed to do that.
Yeah, you think?
Momo takes the boots. Can I, use Arcana to,
Can I help?
see if they're
Yeah.
cursed?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You know exactly what these are, Momo, because flight has always interested you, being a young bird who couldn't for the longest time. These are not simply boots of flight. These are boots of Icarian flight.
Oh dear.
Which does launch you, a mile into the air, but then gravity takes hold.
But then what?
Gravity takes hold.
Happens.
Oh, frick. You said these were Icarian flying boots?
Yep. Boots of Icarian flight.
Okay. Sir. Did you said these were boots of flight?
Yeah?
Sir, these are boots of Icarian flight.
He looks back and forth. You're saying that as if I know the difference.
Okay, so, there's a big difference. One of them launches you, like, a mile into the air, like just happened to you, and then you fall, and gravity, and then bang! Boots of flight don't do that. Where did you get these?
There was like a guy in the dark market said like they were real cheap, that they were a steal, best deal of your lifetime. I think I understand now. He was making a pun assuming I would die.
Did he tell you that these were boots of Icarian flight, or did he just say boots of flight?
What the fuck do you think?
I don't know, that's why I'm asking!
I think that's, you know what? In any other, like, that's just... Okay.
That's so cruel.
That aside, do you know where you live, right? Like, do you live in Port Miranda? Do you need a ride?
No, I was heading back home to Fairfield. I was just heading down to Port Miranda for a shopping spree, you know.
Is Fairfield the place that got raised?
It was supposed to be Farfield. I mispronounced it. He said Farfield, totally.
Oh, well, so, firstly, great news. You were dead, but now you're not. Bad news. We just met a bunch of folk from there. They are... Well, Farfield is not doing good right now. And by that I mean Minotaurs came and then went.
Yeah.
Everybody who lived there is now currently staying at Battenrance Hall. They'll welcome you with open arms, okay? Just head to the barracks, tell them that you're from Farfield, and... Yeah. I am so sorry, mate. This has been a really shit day.
I'm so sorry that this happened to you. Do you still want these?
He's been staring open-mouthed for like a solid minute now.
I'll take that as a no. And he, puts them on the ground. Do
Just...
you need anything? Food or something? Anything else we can help you with? I know.
Trevlon.
He kind of just, reaches, kind of recoils and goes to pet his head there, it's okay.
Trevlon casts prestidigitation and causes his handkerchief to spawn. That just gives us...
The man ugly cries into the handkerchief.
It's okay, mate. Okay.
Momo uses, the tips of his feather hands and, pets his back. There. Oh, God.
Okay. Right. You'll be fine. Please, calm down. Trevlon grabs the guy by the shoulders and looks him in the eye and goes, "Calm down. Deep breaths, and I'd like to roll persuasion to try and actually make this guy cooler."
Okay. Roll with disadvantage because your bedside manner is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it is. Oh, I'm so sorry about your death. Can we have your fucking boots, dude?
Okay. I mean, if you want the boots, they're yours. I mean, if you like dying, go ahead and wear them, I guess.
I'm drawing the scene right now.
I mean, do you guys need money? I hear reviving someone from the dead is expensive.
No, mate. You've lost literally
Don't worry about that.
everything. Go to Battenrance Hall, save your money, spend it on just anything you want. Give yourself a treat today. Holy shit.
You deserve it after dying.
Alright. And then he just kind of hobbles off in that direction.
Wow. That was interesting. Trevlon
Momo kind of just puts his head in his feathery hands and goes, "Why does it always happen to us?"
I don't know what God hates us, but they do. Mate. Trevlon looks at Momo and with a smile on his face, strangely, you saved that guy's life.
What about it?
You did it. You saved a guy from death.
Momo, like, blinks. I did.
You did.
I did. We did it. You helped with, gold, and we did it. And he's kind of just, like, staring with sparkles in his eyes.
Well done, mate. And Traveler puts a hand on his shoulder and smiles a big smile.
Momo hugs him.
This is a good step. I gotta admit, we should have talked a little bit more about, learning this stuff once we got home, but you know what? This is as good as a lesson as any, I suppose.
I honestly didn't think I could do that. I wasn't expecting that at all. I don't know where I learned that, but I just did it, and it happened, and he kind of like wipes a small tear from his eye, like, oh my god.
Well, that's been a mixed afternoon then. On the one hand, that guy's life is kind of ruined. That's horrible. But on the other, you saved it. So we got that going.
We saved it. Don't give me all the credit. You helped a lot.
I mean, fair enough. I gave some cash, but hey,
without it, I couldn't have done it.
True. Okay. Point being, if we keep using your newfound talents in a manner like that, I think we'll be solid. So, nice.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
I gotta be honest, I was having a little bit of, somewhat worried feelings about necromancy. I must admit, I've always been a little bit skeptical, but that worked. And it's not the gory, horrible thing I pictured, thank goodness. That was good. That was really good.
Well, thank you for helping.
Well, that guy's gonna have a fun story to tell his family.
He's gonna, yeah, for sure, especially to his family, if he has any.
Mate.
He might not! He might not anymore!
Oh, I really hope he's... Yeah, his family might be dead. Anyway.
Anyway, he continued on down the road. Motherfucker, there's another random encounter. You guys are not having a good day. Freaking E, man.
So which wacky encounter we got next?
All right,
spin the wheel. Let's find out.
You walk along the road when suddenly you hear this booming, boom, 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 and then you look up and there's a group of 20 ogres, all with menacing-looking clubs, stepping out of the trees, looking towards you, and one of them says, "Well. Looks like it is travel for pay toll time, yes? Yes, good. Haha, I am funny."
Trevlon immediately... Will this ogre see if I reach back and click the persuader into on mode?
Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay, I really hope this works.
Yeah, he didn't see. He got a negative number.
Nice. Okay, so I've got advantage on persuasion rolls. So firstly, Trevlon goes, "Oh, mate, we've been through this before, mate. We've been through this. We have paid you at least 3 times now, and you guys keep coming back as if, dude, we've done this before."
Make a deception check because Momo is standing right next to you.
Okay, here we go. Deception check, you say, yeah?
Deception check.
Momo just crouched into a ball and pretended he was a rock.
All right. Make a deception check, yes. All right.
Wow, it's a good thing I had advantage. Holy shit.
Okay, they rolled to tie, and they're like, "I mean, yeah, I real sorry, you know how it goes, it's an every time thing. Maybe if you got ogre tag, then stuck it on shoulder, we would see," and they're like, "Oh, is recurring payment. That is fine, but no, I think you guys are on the individual plan."
Trevlon would like to cast he would like to cast you'd like to cast silent image on the side of the truck they're not seeing. And he would like to create a sign that says Ogre Tag.
Holy shit, what is that?
I think you know what that is, mate.
Make another deception check.
Fucking please, come on. Just keep going, keep rolling with it. Okay, here we go, come on.
Wow, so it is, man. I cannot believe we missed that. Wow, is there egg on my face?
You know what? It happens. It happens all the time. It's because every time you guys have come out, we're on the wrong side, and you know how it goes. So it's fine.
Okay, in that case, sorry for bother. Having good day, lady and gentlemen.
Yep, sure.
You.
And like the 20 ogres walk back into the trees and just kind of pose as if they're hidden when they are very clearly not.
Holy
Momo just can Momo and Trevlon look at each other in unison with their jaws agape?
Yes.
Look at it. They both look at each other and they both look back. They both look at each other again, and they just shrug.
that really do how it be. All right, sick.
Momo and Trev on their wacky adventures.
We healed a dead guy from space. We
talked to us out of a massive.
Gaslit the shit out of some ogres. Oh Jesus! Let's keep moving.
Thankfully, the rest of the journey is not nearly as eventful, and you get to Port
God.
Mirandu by nightfall.
Yay!
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's late enough that basically none of the places you would want to visit are open, so you just go back to the Fiery Grog Tavern and turn in for the night.
Yeah.
Can I get a drink first?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll go.
Freaking-tastic.
I've got 1 silver. How much?
Don't worry, I'll pay for your drink. I have. Let me see how many silver I have. I have 2,586 silver.
Jesus Christ.
No. Well, that's pretty good.
200 fucking gold, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. Momo's the sugar daddy this trip in.
Okay, right.
It feels good to be back here. Honestly.
Trevlon looks around for he looks around for a Toftier just to see if he's come back yet.
Nope.
Fuck.
Oh dear. I don't like that. Make it go away.
Is there a current barman? Is there like a barman around here I can talk to about it?
The Goliath chef is still doubling as barman.
Hey mate, us again. Been a while, hasn't it? How's Tofty doing? Any sign from him yet?
What can I roll to see if I know what he's saying?
No, what?
Or is that should I just not even bother?
Make an intelligence check. I want to do this joke.
No! You bullied me for too long! I'm standing my ground!
Alright.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check really quick, Alex. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. You think he's saying...
Oh, no. God damn it. Fucking...
I warned you.
I'll
nobody
translate.
takes my warning.
It's okay. I mean, it's not okay. I feel hot and upset, but that's fine. Alex just bamboozled me to fuck. So, mate, I really hate to say this, but if Tofty doesn't come back, I'm gonna have to choose my side.
What do you mean?
Let me let you in on a little fun detail. Mayor Lionbelly is the person who's currently overseeing Toftier's imprisonment. He thinks that the reason that there is an underground tunnel under this place is because he dug it. And I don't know if that's true. I just know that I made a promise to protect him, and I'm gonna do that.
Fair
And
enough.
the fact of the matter is that I told Mayor Linebelly that if I get any information on the person who was living in the cave at the time, and Trevlon sort of nods to Momo as if to say, you know the guy,
Momo nods.
we'd help turn him in. I didn't know if I don't think I meant that at the time, but now that I know he's doing things again, next time we see him, we bag him. Okay?
Gotcha.
Right. Well, enough heavy shit. Now for some heavy shit, if you know what I'm saying. And then Chevron attempts to try and drink the drink he has. Yeah.
We didn't get any drinks.
Fuck, I've just been drinking ashes. Shit. Oh god.
Chevron, are you okay?
Yeah?
That's not any alcohol. You're drinking an empty cup with dust in it.
It tastes good. It shouldn't, should it? Right?
No, stop.
Can I have let's get a beer and wash this out just now. Oh no, I'm tasting it now. Oh
Two ales, please.
Yeah.
All right. You hand over 1 silver to pay for a solid round of ales to wash down all the shit. And then you eventually turn in for the night as we travel back in time. Woo, 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 to what Thalagath was doing.
Shit. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so where were we?
You were telling Julian that, if the battle ring isn't up to standard, he can make a list of what he wants, present it to Bert, and that's where you cut off because you had to go do the thing.
Yeah, present it to Bert, and then he'll tell me, and I'll buy it. Was effectively where I was going with that.
All right. Sounds more than fair. I have been questioning where you get this absurd amount of money that apparently can afford this place, but if you're paying for it, I have no complaints, so there you go.
Good idea.
All right.
Glad we went back in time for that.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Now, was there anything else you wanted to do? Or, while you were here, I mean?
I honestly can't remember.
Well, fuck you too, Phil.
But I can't remember what it was. I'm sorry. It's 18 years. I can't fucking remember. No, I'll come back to it later if I can remember. But, sorry, guys.
All right. In that case, Savagath's like, I had something, but I cannot remember. Bye. And leaves. Yeah. And catches up with Corellian just as Mal turns in and blah, blah, blah. Why can I not fucking say Trevlon, I swear? And as Trevlon and Momo head out to Port Morandu. So now Corellian and Thavagath are together.
So, you buy all that shit from Momo.
Wait, sorry, what?
I said, so, did you buy all that shit from Momo? With the whole, necromancy thing?
I'm not sure, to be honest. It's a weird little road down there.
Yeah. To say the least.
Look, I have no problem with necromancy as it is. It's just reanimation of either empty corpses or bringing back a person. I see no downfalls to this. It's the other shit that I've got a bit concerned about.
With the old dagger thing, or
The
lion
whole
thing,
dagger
or...
thing, yes. The whole souls thing. Bit of a touchy subject.
Mind explaining that a bit to me, or...
With my... the way I view a lot of things is kill a man, hurt a man, do all that kind of stuff. This fine, do whatever, but the soul is something else. That's different religions say different things. mine has the souls for a very specific purpose. So to find out that a personal friend has effectively been devouring them, it's a bit, well, you know.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, 100% with you on that, and you know, Momo mentioned we spoke to the necromancer, McPadrig. He said that usually necromancy manifests when people have either possession, uncommon, or dark thoughts, and Momo said that he didn't have dark thoughts, but I seem to remember otherwise. Dreams that he told us about that he was really upset about. You know,
I'm
dreams
thinking
of
about those.
being murdered and such, so
It counts as Carpatho, of course, I guess.
just a little concerning. And you still have the thing, right?
Yeah, I still got it.
Good.
Well, I think I'm gonna turn into the night.
All right,
mid-afternoon!
yeah, it's
I'm going to turn in for the night. I'm a tired boy.
all right, fine. I'll knock about and make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing, you know, so on and so forth. Right, take care of yourself. I'm heading off to Annabelle's to ask her to look at the scroll.
Nice. Yeah, say hi to me. Say hi from me. Look.
Of course.
Alright. Babagath, you turn in for the mid-afternoon. I am not sure how the fuck you will be able to sleep, considering there is hammering and banging going on outside your house. Outside your room.
Babagath, he'll find a way.
He'll
Zordan.
He'll fucking do it.
He has slept through Prince Zordan.
Prince Zordan is one burst of loudness. This is constant.
True.
Yeah. As you actually head in, Fabagath, Bert's like, hey, so, about all the, like, million construction projects we have, we can't exactly speed all of them up, given the limited number of overseers we have. You mind giving me what your priority is so we can focus on that?
Sure. Just remind me what it is we got again.
Oh boy, here we go! I can't believe you already forgot! Actually, I completely can, and I am not surprised. We got tenements, we got sewers, we got a wall, we got a farm, we got some baths, we got the market, we got the graveyard, and we've got 6 different houses.
Okay, in this order, prioritize the tenements, the sewers, and the market.
Okay, no. Alright. Okay, go back to whatever it is you're doing. I really don't care what it is, so bye.
Good shit.
Cool. And then, Carillion, you head over to the alchemist lab. I'm assuming you also knock.
Absolutely.
I
I wasn't raised in a hole in the ground. Wait.
Wait. This time, you hear Annabelle say, well, this is certainly a busy day for me today, as she opens the door, looks down and sees you. Wonder why you went with the others. Come on in.
Oh, yes, thank you. Just had some business up at the hall. Right. Actually, we have a spell scroll, if you wouldn't mind taking a look and seeing what it is.
Oh, scrolls aren't really my specialty. Like, I mean, it's required class if you're going for the mage's path over at the academy, but, like, I wasn't very good at it. If you got, like, an Arcanist research laboratory and hired someone there, I'm sure he could identify it no problem. In the meantime, I can see what I can do.
Sure, it's no rush, and it's on the list, maybe. There's a lot of Krillin sort of like waves behind them towards the general noise at the hall. Yeah, there's a lot of progress being done.
I heard it's making it a little difficult for precise measurements out there, but what can you do? Alright.
It has to be done sometime.
Annabelle looks over the scroll, gives it the best of her magical knowledge, looks at you and says, I have no idea what this says.
Great. I'm in good company then. Thank you. It's much appreciated.
Of course. Sorry I couldn't be more help. It's just, I specialize other places. Oh, by the way, I told your friends, but I'm not sure if they told you. If you're in the need of potions, I'm pretty sure I could brew and spare one per day, so, just whenever you have the chance to come by, I'll see what I have in store.
Yeah, absolutely. It's always nice to have your company as well. Right, I'll get out of your hair. I'm sure you're busy.
You have no idea.
Alright, with a wave, closed door behind, just... right, things to oversee, things to do. Fab is fucked off.
Mm-hmm.
Time to oversee things.
Time to oversee! Alright, you also get the choice of some places to prioritize speeding up construction on, so we already got tenements and sewers covered. I'm only allowing 2 per person.
Alright, in that case... Let me scroll over to the improvements. I'm gonna say the graveyard and the byways.
Okay.
Infrastructure.
Cool. Alright. Those are now prioritized. Anything else you wanted to do, or were you also going to turn in for the afternoon?
I'll just sort of, I'll muck about in the, Tinker's lab. Not really... Actually, no, I want to work with my smith tools and using the tools in the smithy because I was working on trying to learn that and get decent at it for armor maintenance.
Cool. You head over to the smithy as I actually add that track to the playlist. You knock on the door and you hear a young voice say, "Coming!" And then the pitter-patter of feet. And who is there opening the door? But young Bryce Halfheart, who you rescued way back in the Rat King's caves. What are you sight for sore eyes?
Bryce, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. I kept begging and pleading my dad, "Come on, I just want to get a job, working with weapons and armor, being an adventurer and stuff." And he said no. But then, wouldn't you know it, this big old guy in plate armor with a big old blonde mane of hair comes in, says he's looking for smith's apprentices. Dad won't take me on. I sign up right away. And now I get to work with the Oread. They're like the best in the business. It's awesome.
Well, I'm very, very glad to hear it, Bryce. And you're not feeling particularly mousy at all, are you?
Well, I mean, people do say I have kind of a mousy complexion, but if you're asking if I, feel sick or anything, not since we got out of the caves.
Good. Just gotta make sure. I don't want any of that, difficulty popping up. So, you're apprenticing under the smith here?
Yeah. A fella by the name of Gugmek, big fella, kinda quiet sometimes, though.
Gugmek. Alright, yeah, sure. I just wanted to come in and use some of the tools and work. I'm actually working on, getting decent, passable with the tools myself, so,
Oh yeah, I'm sure he won't mind. He turns around. "Hey, Gugmek, you mind if someone else uses smith's tools in here?" And then you hear back, "No, go ahead." He says it's fine.
Great, yeah, well, I'll stay out of your collective hair, as much as I can. Thank you, and, Crolium will just sort of, look at Mosca, who I presume has been just sort of, at their side the entire time, and just
basically following you the whole time.
Outside. Just curl up outside. It's a bit cramped.
Mosca immediately curls up and starts taking a nap with a little...
Yes, I love her.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'll just... I'll do some maintenance on my chain coat, and, or try to get more proficient with my smith tools, since I've been doing that, kind of.
Cool! Alright, you step into the smithy, it's fairly basic, the interior, the exterior was solid stone, cause wood in a smithy is a really bad idea! Yeah. But yeah, it's just got, forge, anvil, full set of metalworking tools already inside, barrel of water in which the hot metal is cooled. And working at the anvil currently is this big ol' stocky Oread looking down at this series of axes hammering away at them, heating them up, cooling them off as needed. Seems pretty preoccupied.
I won't interrupt him. I guess I'll sort of make myself known, just do a hello, but I won't
Hello.
get in his way. Yeah,
All right.
I won't get in his way and just, yeah.
Yeah. You work for a couple hours on getting proficient with your smith's tools. Occasionally, like, you look up, see there's like a faint nod of approval from the Oriad as you go. Bryce is keeping busy, like, moving tools from one place to another as needed, working double time now that both you and Googmek are working. It's honestly kind of adorable to watch.
Oh, good. A bit of a mechanics thing. How long would you say, or how many sessions of working would it take to be more proficient in the tool?
One more after that, and I'll give you proficiency with smith's tools.
Okay, thank you.
Alright. So, after several hours, having worked up a nice sweat, you figure that's about the best work you can get done on this for the day. And that is a couple hours smithing done. Do you want to do anything else, or are you turning in?
I guess other than doing more supervision and just generally walking the grounds, making sure everything... Wait, no. I'm going to check on the Farfield people.
Alright.
See.
There are some actual chefs from the manor that have moved over to the Farfield people and are cooking up better stuff than just soup. So, like, there's a little more color in their faces now. The elf who was handing out soup before just kind of stares at the chefs as they're handing out food, like leftover bits of bread and meat and cheese from last night. Sees you approach, gives a swift nod, turns back to the chefs.
Great. Is Maggie around at all, or?
He looks up, says, "Yeah."
Sorry. What's your name? Sorry.
Yelkin.
Thank you, Yelkin. If ever you need any more help, anything, just let us know. We'll do our best. We're working on things, obviously.
Okay.
Where would Maggie be around?
He just kind of points. Maggie is currently in fervent conversation with a guy in guard's uniform.
Aye, thanks. I'll approach. I'll wait till she's done.
And that is why you need to get some of the beds out of the fucking barracks and over here. Some of these people cannot move, and they're... She turns to you. Tell this man that some of these people cannot move.
You heard her. Some of these people can't move. Move some of the beds over.
The guard gives a long, exasperated sigh, but he walks away, turns around, and mouths a quick, "Thank you," and walks over toward the barracks. Some of these people, I swear, so rude.
I can definitely see. Is there anything else that we could do right now? We're working on getting accommodations set up.
Oh yeah, we heard. I'm sure everyone in a mile radius heard too.
Aye.
Made sleep rather difficult.
Well, you have one of two options. You either get it done fast now with some noise, or have to wait longer. So, what can you do? So, things should be done at least within the 10-day, if not sooner than that. We're working as quickly as possible. You mentioned some of the people can't move.
Yeah, had to carry some of them out of Farfield on stretchers. Not sure how long it's going to take that bone to heal, but we tried magic. Didn't work so well.
Really, that's kind of strange. Is there anything in particular that happened when you all tried using magic, or?
I mean, wounds healed just fine, but bone just refused to get back into place. Some of them suggested we just kill him and try then, but obviously that's not an option.
No, that's it's a bit much, for sure. Do you mind if I maybe take a look? I don't have much, but...
Knock yourself out, I guess.
Sure. I will go and I will attempt to try and heal people at least a little more using lay on hands and cure wounds and stuff.
Cool. Alright. You put all your healing knowledge and paladin powers to use, and like Maggie said, the healing seems to go just fine. The bone just won't set.
Is there something, like... would I be able to check if there's something, like, magical or even medical preventing that from setting? Or...
Absolutely. Make an arcana or a medicine check.
We'll go with medicine.
Cool. You do some medicine around that area, mostly by, like, checking to make sure it's not infected or anything, doing some poking around. As you do, like, a reflex test, you hear thick donk donk as you knock on the leg bones that won't set. That is not the sound a bone should make.
What did that sound like?
It sounded like metal.
Metal? Metal? That doesn't make any sense. Carlin sort of, like, looks down at the leg, realizing that the healing magic probably has closed up any sort of wounds that would have allowed them to actually see the bones inside. Shit. That's not good news. Momo's not here. Hold on. I guess my option would be to go to Kailani. He's the only one here who probably knows more healing things.
Alright.
Yeah.
You tell the patient to just wait right there as you go up to Kailani. He looks over at you. Oh, did you have some more questions?
Yes, but not about, the refugees from Farfield. There's something wrong with them, more than just injuries. The bones, they aren't setting. It sounds like they're made of metal. Have you heard anything like that? About anything like that?
I haven't, but I can take a look. Lead the way.
Please. Yeah.
Alright. You lead Kailani back towards camp. It takes a little while because he's a fishman and they don't exactly move fast on land, but you get over there.
I would boost him up onto Moskva.
Okay. Yes. You let Kailani ride Moskva. This is perfect. I love it.
God, yes.
Yeah.
The faster the better. We get there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And head over. Maggie looks over and is like, "What the hell?" And Kailani says, "Not to worry, not to worry. I'm a priest. I'm used to stuff like this. Let me just take a look here real quick." He kneels down by the patient. You said the leg was made of metal?
It sounded like it, and I will attempt to recreate what I did with the reflex test.
You do indeed. There's a donk donk, and, like, it doesn't move. He looks over, makes a medicine check of his own. Looks like this is a replacement for bone. Someone kind of, like, shoved it in where a leg just was not, put some flesh over it. It'll heal, it just doesn't really react that well. I'm gonna need you to hold this, he says, pointing to the leg.
Right, yes.
Alright. And then he looks over at Maggie. You look like a strong woman. Would you mind helping out too? Grab on. She sighs, rolls her eyes, but does so. Okay, I'm gonna need the both of you to pull back as hard as you can on the count of 3.
Alright.
Alright. 1, 2, 3. And then you and Maggie pull back, and there's a loud crack as you just kind of like yank whatever metal bar is in there backwards, and the leg snaps and gets back into place. The patient just screams, "Oh!" Kylie looks, "I'm real sorry, sir, but It should be workable now. He looks around. Anyone else having this problem? And everyone just kind of like instinctively grabs their legs.
So, Carlian sort of like looks down at the patient. So, this metal in your leg, is that something that you were aware of?
Used to be an adventurer. Blacked out during the trip to the Obsidian Enclave. Woke up back home. Don't know what happened in between. Obviously nothing good.
What can you tell me about the Obsidian Enclave?
It is the worst fucking place in the world.
Point taken.
Alright. Maggie steps away, looks up at Kailani. Not bad, fishman. And then over to you. You too, kid.
Carlian sort of like flicks an ear in embarrassment. Thanks. Like I said, anything else, just let us know.
Alright. You and Kailani, I'm assuming, head back to Battenrance Hall on Muska. He says, how many more people do you think this place is going to get?
Well, I don't know if you heard, but a town down south got razed to the ground completely by Minotaurs. These are the refugees. And that's what we were dealing with, the Minotaurs in Demdor. Getting iron for their Iron King. Slavers, a lot of them. I imagine that things are only going to get worse.
They're not particularly keen on negotiating with some of the marrow overseas. I know what you're talking about. It's just, if there's gonna be many more than a couple dozen people, there's only so much more my healing can do, you know?
Yeah, I understand. We're getting defenses built, but, something will have to be done.
Well, I've got no head for that sort of thing. I'm sure you can figure it out.
Carlian sort of winces. Yeah.
I'm sure
But he
at
has
least
to, at least.
I'm sure at least one of you can figure it out.
Don't hold your breath. We'll see what we can do.
Well, okay. If you don't believe in yourself now, that's fine. Maybe a little talk tonight with Bahamut will get your head on straight. Have a nice night, Carillion.
Bye. You as well. Take care.
All right. And Kailani turns in for the night.
As will I. I am exhausted.
Okay. Morning comes, and back in Port Mirandu, it's a rainy-ass day.
Hooray! So keen on that. Glad to hear that we weren't the only people who went through trauma. Perhaps a little bit more gritty and unpleasant than ours, but hey ho.
Honky dory, hot dog, we're all in this together.
Right, okay. So, we've got 3 orders of business. First order of business is to get this displacer hide tanned and sold, because hot shit, it is disgusting. Second order of business is getting the description, the news report I did on the friggin' Oriad City out and about to make sure.
First and a half order, find a tanner first.
Yeah, that's true. Shit, that's true. Third order, oh, did I tell you why else I'm coming here?
No.
So, do you remember how we went to the friggin' person who did the dream reading? You know how I asked about my folks and how they're doing?
Yeah.
So, one of them's in town, and she is
Really?
troubled. Yeah, she's troubled by something, and I want to know what it is. So, that'll be the last order of business. So, you'll get to meet my sister. Yeah, or one of them at least.
Well, I'm excited to meet them.
Yeah, I'm I hope she's doing okay. Anyway, right. First order of business. Let's go de-smell this thing because it is...
Disgusting.
I'm not
Disgusting!
surprised. Yeah, it's disgusting. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's go find a
I just
tank.
kind of got this really cute imagery where they're just making really dorky faces at each other.
Disgusting. Just doing worse and worse accents.
I love them.
Alright. You head over to the city slums, which is like the one place a tanner would be expected to be found. The outskirts of the slums, you quickly find a tanner by the smell, overpowering the smell of the displacer beast hide, and head inside. Sitting at the counter is an overweight man, kind of half asleep, head resting on his shoulders, which are resting on the counter.
I kind of just use my elbow and kind of push Trevlon forward a little bit.
I am pushed forward and cough politely.
What was it?
Hi, sir. I have something for you to have a little look at. And Trevlon unravels the skin.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
It's a displacer beast. We found it in the woods and it was dead. And it's your problem now. In all seriousness, I will pay for this to... Wait. Trevlon immediately checks his wallet and then looks at Momo. How much will this cost?
20 silver, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
That's much
Momo takes
better.
out 20 silver and puts them on a counter.
Thank you.
Alright.
Right, okay. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Yeah. How long do you think it'll take to get this sorted?
Well, don't have any other projects and haven't for a while, so probably a couple hours, maybe.
Nice. Okay. We'll get on with our day then. Enjoy working with have you ever actually worked with a displacer beast before, by the way?
No.
Ooh.
I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he'll be
Come on,
fine.
next rule of business.
Yay, here we go. And Trevlon tips his hat and books it.
Momo tries to mimic it by grabbing his top feather and waving it at him.
That is a very extremely good image. Thank you for that.
Alright.
The feather. Very good.
Tip of the feather. You head out, and the newspaper isn't going to take all that long, so you head over to the Journalism Guild, and head over towards your boss, Golmet Gadongo's office. You notice that there's a much less oppressive atmosphere in the office as you head in.
Oh no.
And you hear the sound of a young kid laughing. In Golmet's office is a young blonde-haired girl with little pigtails and a red dress, running around playing with some carved wooden magical creatures. There's an owl bear in one hand, and there's a mimic in the other. She's just running around having a good time. Golmet's at his desk watching her, small smile on his face. He looks up and sees you come in.
Hi, boss. Have I seen this child before?
Yeah, this is his granddaughter.
Right, okay.
Aww.
Just got back from where the Oread live. Very interesting situation up there. I think you might want to read about it. And I hand over the description of the horrible, horrible times that are going on there.
Alright. You do. Golmet looks them over. His granddaughter stops playing long enough to, kind of clamber over on top of the desk, look over her granddad's shoulder at the paper. He looks up. Not bad.
Good, cool, right. Yeah. Yeah.
Momo kind of peeks into the room.
Well, that's a relief. I'm glad. Trevlon, noticing that he is in an okay mood, decides to ask a question. The last time I tried to hand a story into your boss, you weren't in. What were you up to, if I may ask?
Who's this little angel? He says, patting his granddaughter on the back.
That seems
Momo
very
kinda,
fair.
in the background, Momo just goes,
That's a very understandable reason, boss. I get it.
Whisperthorn
Well,
should have told you. Did you not listen to him
yeah.
more?
I tried. I will admit that I wasn't exactly in the best of sorts that day, but I have a memory of it. I must admit I've had a fun trip back, I'll put it that way. Ran in with someone who basically zapped my brain. It was great. Right. Thank you for your time, boss. Enjoy the rest of your day. And Trevlon tips his hat and nods to his granddaughter with a smile before leaving the room.
She waves and says, bye-bye, as you head out.
"Oh, my heart!" Sorry, I got really happy. I like fiction children.
That is, you know what? Fair enough. I get it. So, well, that could have been far worse. I am glad that his granddaughter has a positive influence on him. Maybe that's what made him think the story was good. But hey, I guess we'll wait. I guess we'll see how people react to it when the time comes.
She's precious.
Yeah, she is. Right. Okay. So, next order of business.
Which is?
We meet Shayla. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yes!
I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, she'll probably still just be in the temple of Ioun. Oh, is it Ioun? How do you pronounce that freaking name?
Ioun.
Ioun, got it. She'll probably be still in the temple of Ioun at this moment in time, so that shouldn't be too hard to find. You know what? You know Ioun, right, mate?
Do I need to roll a history check?
Religion,
baby.
Religion, gotcha. Okie pokey. Come on, you religion.
Ioun is the local god of knowledge on Irion.
Yeah, I'm pretty familiar with it.
Yeah, our families, we have ties to worshipping her. I gotta be honest, I don't do it as much as I should, but I like to think that Shayla does all the work for me, so
No offense, I never really took you for someone who worshipped a god.
Oh, no offense taken, but that does hurt. Right.
I'm sorry.
In any case, as I say, Shayla will make up for me. I hope. Yeah. Let's go.
All right.
Let's go.
You head towards the temple, and we'll deal with that next session. Meanwhile, back at Battenrance Hall, Thavagath and Corellian, you are once again awoken by the sound of dum 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 construction noises, and also it's raining, so that's a great day.
Yay, rain, my favorite.
Wonderful.
All right. So, was there anything you wanted to do, or are you just going to stay in bed and mope?
Moping sounds great considering there's like 10 minutes left.
Yay! All right, random encounter it is then.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about moping, but I'm fairly weatherproof, so I'll go out and I'll do the rounds and make sure everything's getting done and try to keep Moska from following me, but she does anyway, and now my whole room is gonna smell like wet weasel tonight, but I suppose that's just life.
That's just how it is sometimes.
Yeah, I'll stop by Annabelle's for potion stuff, and then I will also, I will work in the smithy again.
All right. You stop by Annabelle's looking for a potion. She's like, thought you'd come by. Just to prove I am not talking out of my ass. She reaches into a cabinet, shuffles around, pulls out a potion of healing. Here you go.
Thank you, Annabelle. You are wonderful, and of course I would never believe that you were talking out of your ass. You have the job, don't you?
Well, I do.
Exactly.
All right.
So thank you. I will leave you to your work.
Cool. You head out of Annabelle's and head over to the smithy. As you're going that way, there is a cart that wheels in to the general area of Battenrance Hall, pulled by a horse and this thick, stocky, black cloak-wearing, top hat-wearing coachman. And in the cart are cages full of children. And that is where we're going to cut off the session.
Oh no. No. Okay.
Wait, hold on, repeat that last part?
And that is where we're going to cut off the session.
You know what I meant!
The session. Alright. This has been a fun, happy day, and nothing spoiled it at the end at all. We will see you folks next week for more Battenrance Hall adventures. I actually really love this part of the game. It's not like combat heavy, it's way more low key, but it's still really nice. See y'all later, bye-bye!
Bye.
Bye, guys!
Welcome to the post show.
Oh no.
You guys didn't say goodbye, you monsters!